Markle was absolutely furious because, according to her, how could this have possibly happened? Oh yes, this wasn't a diva that was very happy. And we've seen when Meghan's not very happy before. We've heard the reports about that from 5 a.m. emails and demands and all sorts of things, and then trying to soft soapen you up with a visit from an ice cream van, in the vain hope that you won't exactly say exactly why Meghan became, well, known for that sort of outrageous behaviour. You know the ones I mean. You know the ones I mean, those bullying allegations. Absolutely. Well, now things have taken a turn for the worst. As ever, let me explain. Morning, chums. Thank you so much. I'm just hiding here in the. We've got another shower. You can see it, can't you? Everywhere. Nice to have your company. Anyway, it's been a bit like this all day. You just think, right, okay, I'll go and do that. The minute that you get everything organised, then the shower and you think, oh no. But of course, this is summer, isn't it? We're now into June, so happy June to everybody out there. And I think is it the first day of winter out in Australia? No, it's awful, isn't it? But it all comes around. That's the thing. You've got to think positive, haven't you? That is the thing, you see. And of course, it's difficult if you are somebody like Meghan Markle to think positive when every single thing that you keep doing just emits another disaster after another disaster. It's never going to be easy. The problem that you have, really, and I've often said this with Meghan, is the lack of self-awareness. You were a pretty girl at that point who married big, rich, right? Simple as that. You were the hot girl that managed to bag a prince, and he was a popular prince, and now both of you are literally so unpopular. I won't even go there as to how badly this has now gone down the pan. But it's interesting, you see, because cast your mind back when Meghan was, sort of waving all those flags about exactly how she'd managed finally to get in with the William Morris endeavour. They've gone quiet, right? Now, what's interesting about William Morris Endeavour, as I've said to you before, they are a sort of agency that, originally was just William Morris. Incredible agency, looked after all the biggest stars that you could imagine. And that was a different time and a different place also. What's fascinating now, though, is, of course, they have a real mixed bag of people. And that mixed bag normally intercrosses with each other. Nothing new, it's always happened in the world of celebrity. But it's been very difficult for that agency to intercross Meghan Markle, say, with their other stars. It just has not worked. And that's because she doesn't have anything successful to bag herself on. That's your big problem, right? But apparently what sends Meghan absolutely in a tailspin, and this, think about this from an excellent source, by the way, that is, of course, the fact that Meghan, has stood alongside the most famous woman in the world, Her Majesty the Queen, on the balcony at Buckingham Palace. And this apparently was the tirade that was told to a agency staff member. How on earth has this woman, and this is her latest rival, Hailey Bieber, she is, of course, the woman who's just become a billionaire after selling her brand, Road Beauty. Now, she's a very good-looking girl, and she's married a one-time very famous pop star, Justin Bieber, of course, I believe from Canada. I remember interviewing him at the early stages, a very nice young boy. I did worry about what would happen to him, and I think you can see now what's really happened to him, and I just hope they work it out between them, because clearly there are a few issues there. But now Hailey's become a billionaire. Meghan feels that this was the path that she should have gone down. Why was she now schlepping, making jams, paper cups and teas and stuff like that when there were deals like that to be had? This was the latest outbreak. Can you imagine if you're Prince Harry? Imagine what this must have been like. Same representation, same deals. You get the picture. Now, what's been difficult, of course, for somebody like Meghan Markle is that the beauty industry favours the young. She's a middle-aged woman, mid-40s now, and still looking good, all thanks to whatever treatment she claims she hasn't had, but nonetheless, there's been some help along the way. But it's all about the young. It doesn't matter, and we often say this, don't we, chums? It doesn't matter whether it's men or women. You watch those creams, the anti-aging creams, they're always on young skin, but telling you in your middle age, you could be wrinkle-free. More lies, right? But of course, Hailey Bieber's beauty brand is aimed directionally at that Generation Z, the one that her husband very much helped her target, alongside being the likes of the Kardashians and stuff like that. all the people that Meghan Markle desperately wanted to attune herself to. Sadly, it's not worked, and sadly, it looks like another fallout is looming. How much longer, though, would William Morris Endeavour want to put up with somebody who clearly can't make money for them and certainly can't get the right sort of profile that even they thought would be very easy to attain? After all, as Meghan said herself in the meeting, I'm the woman that stood alongside the Queen at Buckingham Palace. You are, dear, but still people don't want your jam. Neil Shawn, Kensington, London.